Queensland's coverage of the 2019 NPL, NPLW and FQPL season is brought to you by IFCA, Australia's only national football-specific coaching conference, 25th and 26th of May on the Gold Coast. Get your delegate pass today at ifcca.com.au. Play football. Join the team today. Visit playfootball.com.au to find your nearest club. Football Foundation, making football more accessible for every income, every gender, every ability, every background, every Indigenous Queenslander. Donate today. Queensland's
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, wherever in the world you may be tuning in from. I'm Darren Lutton and welcome to Football Queensland's coverage of the NPLW. This is the first match in a double header at Briggs Road this afternoon. First up, we have the ladies and the match between Western Pride and Lions FC. Of course, following this match, we will have the NPL match between Western Pride and the Magpies Crusaders. It's a very windy afternoon here out at Raceview. I'm sure you'll pick that up on the effects mic throughout the afternoon. We're going to do our best to keep everything together and battle this wind. Thankfully, the cyclone hasn't come in as predicted, but it still had its effect with this very strong wind, which will be blowing from the right-hand side of the screen to your left. So something to look out for as this game progresses, and it's going to be a tricky afternoon for the goalkeepers. All right, let's quickly run through the team sheets. For Western Pride, in goal, Holly van der Zee. Number 2, Sasha Beaumont. Number 3, Victoria Merrick. Number 4, Lucy Ibel. Number 6, Megan Helmuth. Number 7, Sophie Weatherby. Number 8, Madeline Hartwig. Number 12, Claire Piker. Number 16, Georgia Rink. Number 17, Tara O'Keefe. And making a debut from the Brisbane Raw squad is Danielle Ward. Substitutes bench, Georgia Crawford, Annalise Campbell, Brianna Pogany and Talisha Derrick. They are, of course, coached by Belinda Kitching. Now for Lions FC, in goals, Cassandra Zaffina. Number 2, Winona Heatley. Number 3, Cannon Clough. Number 6, Jessica Hogg. Number 7, Jamila Riley. Number 8, Marielle Ecker. Number 9, Whitney Knight. Number 10, Tegan Riding. Number 14, Tanisha Stanley. 16, Megan Stevens. Number 18, Misha Westland. On the bench, Kate Morton, Georgia Chapman, Catherine O'Neill, Rebecca Horsey and Isabella Shuttleworth. Our referee today, Total Tools referee, is Meesuk Park. The assistants are Callum Aitken and Kathy Temple. Both clubs, of course, would like to thank their sponsors. For Western Pride, it's River 949 and All Sports Physiotherapy. For Lions FC, Motorama and Luxury Paints. So this is a round 2 clash. We of course kicked off the competition last week with a staggered start this year with the odd number of teams playing in each of the competitions. So the NPL's got us going. NPLW had its debut last week, and of course next week the FQPL commences. Both these teams have varying form coming into this game. Of course, we streamed last week's match between Lions FC and Moreton Bay. Lions coming away with the 2-0 victory. For Western Pride, their form wasn't quite so good. They did the Sunday night dash to Wakeley Park and took on South United. Unfortunately, they had a night they'd rather forget with a 9-0 loss. Hopefully today, back on home turf, we'll see an improved performance. I mentioned before that Belinda Kitching is the Western Pride coach. Of course, this season, all things are new at Lions Stadium with Rob Askew, having spent 25 of the past 26 years at Walton Bridge Reserve, overseeing operations at the Gap. He's made the jump over to Richlands and is taking over Lions FC. As the players make their way out onto the field, reasonable crowd in attendance this afternoon. Hopefully it'll build up as the afternoon progresses, as it appears that the team from Mackay have just arrived at the ground. Of course, that is the second match in today's double header. Players just going through the formalities, shaking hands. We're moments away from a start here at Briggs Road. Looks like Western Pride in the green and white hoops will be playing from right to left. Of course, Lions FC in the orange and blue, playing left to right. So you're probably watching this match on either Facebook or YouTube. I noticed that YouTube now allows comments during the game. Watching the round one match last week, I saw that there were plenty of comments coming in. And please, by all means, get social. Let us know where you're watching the game from, particularly if you're watching the game from a far-flung location. You never know, we might give you a shout out during the game. We always welcome your comments. Both teams in the huddle, of course. Lions are big favourites for the competition this year. They've got a star-studded lineup. Plenty of big signings. And I'm both surprised and pleased that Rob Askew didn't take as many Gap players with him as I would have expected. A lot of the players in last year's squad stayed loyal. And still at Walton Bridge Reserve. I mentioned before that Western Pride were running right to left. They've of course done the big swapsies. So Western Pride, who are about to kick off, will be going left to right into the wind. It's going to be very intriguing to see what sort of impact that has on today's game. Sophie Weatherby with the kickoff, and we're underway. The ball quickly runs out of play and the wind takes it well away. Becker, one of the goal scorers last week. And we've got a goal in the first minute. Extraordinary, just a simple cross. And the Western Pride defence, nowhere to be seen, completely bamboozled by the wind. We've got our first goal. And people in the stands that didn't even sit down. So there we go. How about that for a start? It's the last thing that Western Pride needed going into this game. After last week's 9-0 defeat, and concerns taking on aside the stature of Lions FC that this match could be a bit of a blowout. I really have to knuckle down now. Make sure that they get through this next period of play and just get a grip on the game. Western Pride have a foray in the opposing half, but they've surrendered possession. Ball in behind Western Pride defence. That too runs out of play. Ball lunged forward. Tidied up by Riley. Goes back to Zafina. Made a late switch to Lions. Ellie Hepburn had signed for Lions, but has changed clubs. Zafina, who played for Gold Coast last season, has stepped in. Chance now for the Pride to go on the attack. Ball forward by Helmuth. Tidied up by Stevens. That ball in behind Rink. Again, the ball just quickly running out of play. A sense that anything that gets in behind the players on this side of the field is going to be very difficult to track down. Should mention that Tanisha Stanley was the goal scorer. She opens her account for the season, having her first start for the season after coming off the bench last week. And the ball launched forward. The Pride attackers to run into. Tidied up by Safina. Cannon Clough coming forward. American import, signed for the season. Here come the Pride now. Pass is just a little bit bouncy. Not quite the precision required. Western Pride do appear to have recovered well from conceding so early. Cut out there again by Helmuth. Just made a couple of interceptions early. Now Ibel. This is the second fixture of round 2. Last night we saw Moreton Bay United notch up their first win of the season. The 2-1 victory over Eastern Suburbs. Holly van der Zee with a little bit of work, trying to bring the ball back into play. We're off for it to a restart. Van der Zee again with pressure from Riding. Van der Zee able to pick up by hand this time. She looks to go long. It's good distance on a kick considering the conditions. I have to say, I'm reasonably impressed with how Pride have handled going down a goal. This is a young team. Linda Kitching is a coach that's very strong on her playing principles. The side have worked hard on their defence this week. Understandably that they would be under a lot of pressure for this game. They seem to be handling the early setback quite well. Field now for Helmuth. Back to Van der Zee. Switching play out to the left-hand side now. Unfortunately, ball runs out of play. The surface is quite slick. And of course, this wind will be making sure it's even faster. The pitch does look absolutely amazing. It's the best I've ever seen it. Of course, as I was reminded pre-game, this is of course before all the frosts hit. A pass by Hartwig, a little bit too strong. Riley launching a ball forward. Helmuth losing out. That ball again. Just running on so quickly. This pitch is as fast as a pool table. Looking to go quickly. Back to Van der Zee. Georgia Rink unable to keep the ball in play. Lines with the throw. Clough finds Echo. Infield for Riding. Stanley made a nice run, but it was ignored. Long range attempt, no problem for Van der Zee. Holly van der Zee didn't cover herself in glory last week. She'll be the first to admit that. Despite the early goal, she looks to be doing a reasonable job so far. Certainly under more pressure of the two keepers. There's a weak pass. There's a shot that's blocked. Whitney Knight with the shot. Van der Zee's positioning. First rate. That will again just build up her confidence. Another ball over the top. Back to Zafina. Heatley almost caught out. Clough. Clough again. This is good pressure from the Pride. Earn themselves a throw in. Weatherby with the shot. That strays a little bit wide. Lions going short with their goal kick. I fancy if Zafina really wanted to, she could launch this ball at least 3/4 of the pitch. Touch there by the Pride defence. Half a chance for riding. Van der Zee out quickly. Riley. Forward into the midfield. Evades a couple of defenders. She can't find a teammate. Rink can't keep the ball in play. Clough again looking to go quickly. Pretty good tempo to this game so far. Teams looking to get on with things. The pass from Knight. Here's Stanley. No shot. Drifts wide. So the Football Foundation Queensland has been established to make football in Queensland as inclusive and as accessible as possible by providing opportunities, creating community connections and supporting the growth of football participation across Queensland. And again, just wide. Well, that was close, very close. Western Pride have conceded a corner. We encourage all Queenslanders who care about our game to consider making a donation to Football Foundation Queensland to help the development of football in our state. Of course, details are there on your screen. Here's Lions with the corner. Positively dealt with by the Western Pride defence. Lions will load up and have another attempt. Of course, this ball will be delivered right from the sunshine, so you can see all the players with their hands up over their eyes. Potentially difficult. Clean miss there by Stevens. Stanley with the cross, finding Echo. And block clearance. Will relieve the pressure for Western Pride. So around about the 15-minute mark, it's 1-0 to the visitors. And there is a decision. It's yes, had to be a penalty. Unfortunate there for the Western Pride, just losing control of the ball. And catching Tegan Riding, simple decision for Total Tools referee Misuk Park. And Western Pride, after getting a grip on this game, now with the chance to go down 2-0. It's Mario Lecker over the ball. Van der Zee looking agile. And it's Ecker. 2-0 to Lions. Well taken penalty. In the 17th minute. It's Western Pride 0, Lions FC 2. Now a ton of work for the home side to get back into this game. Just looking at the body language of the Western Pride players. That goal hurt them a little bit. Be interesting to see how they respond. It's a good run here from Tara O'Keefe. Good to see Western Pride getting straight back onto the front foot. Whitney Knight has possession. She loses out to O'Keefe. Cut out by Riley. Again comes forward. Ball kept in play by Megan Stevens. Field pass for Knight. Ecker with the one touch. And Western Pride have possession again. Through Helmet. Nona Heatley, former NTC player. Of course, won the grand final last season. That ball runs out of play. So we're bringing you a double header from Briggs Road this afternoon. Of course, a reminder that all the NPL matches will be streamed. They won't all necessarily be commentated on, but they will be streamed. For the NPLW, we of course have our normal match of the round, but you can see highlights from all the other games. It's about a 2.5 minute package. You can see those on the Football Queensland website and the YouTube channel. Weatherby. Turnover. It's Knight. Van der Zee elects to keep the ball in play. Riding cut out her options. As a result, kicks the ball out of play. Pride now. Strong challenge by Ecker. Beaumont going down the line. In for Hartwig. Ball ends up with Zafina. Turnover. O'Keefe. Whitney Knight has been absolutely everywhere so far in this game. And if the wind was strong at the start of this game, it's probably doubled in its speed now. It's going to be a tough slog this afternoon. Of course, the breeze will favour Western Pride in the second half. They do have that to cling on to. Rob Askew has planted his playing style on this unit. Playing out from the back, it's so typical of the gap teams that we've watched over the years. Pride in possession now. Infield ball straight to Riley. Hogg. Can't find Stanley. Ball's recovered. Lions still have possession. Westland. And that pass misses everyone. And rolls through to Van der Zee. Pride electing to go short. Heatley. Sorry, Beaumont couldn't keep the ball in play. Ecker. Knight electing to go all the way back to a defence. Here's a chance now for the Pride. Great positioning there from Heatley. Cuts out the danger. So the scoreline might be 2-0, but it's not all one-way traffic. Western Pride team do look to be holding their own. Danielle Ward concedes another corner. So have you heard about the IFCCA, Australia's only national football specific coaching course? It's on the 25th and 26th of May on the Gold Coast. Get your delegate pass at ifcca.com.au. Saw during the week that Simon Hill and Stephanie Brantz were announced as chairs of the event. And to see the big guns being signed up. Should be well worth attending. Western Pride again, looking to find gaps in the Lions' defence. Unable to that time. Ecker cuts out play. 26 minutes into this game. It's Western Pride 0, Lions FC 2. After a goal in the first minute, concerned that it was going to be an absolute blowout, but Western Pride have managed to get a grip on things, despite conceding a penalty. Certainly showing a little bit of promise. Infield ball finds Piker. O'Keefe going down the line. Again, good movement by the Pride. Here's Piker again. Helmuth. Turnover. One back again by Helmuth. Not sure we'd have seen that last season. Good battling here from Western Pride. But here come Lions. Crossfield ball. Out of play. Last season, Western Pride in matches such as these were clearly second best in their competitions. Today I do like what I see from them. Showing a bit of tenacity and a willingness to win the ball back and put pressure on the opposition. Last season they'd be a little bit more passive. Attempt to keep the play in front of them. It's good to see them going at it. Again, ball just sneaks out of play. Knight. He's crossfield looking for some space. Riley again bringing the ball forward. Almost got caught out. Stevens turns the ball over. Certainly plenty of ball movement in this game. Not too many players dwelling on the ball. Chance now for the Pride. This is Hartwig. Merrick. Loses out. This is Riding. Riding's got Knight in support. Likes to put the ball out in front of Hogg. So again, more evidence of this high tempo play from both teams. Weatherby. O'Keefe. Pride using these flanks. Hartwig. Out wide for Weatherby. Celebrated a 28th birthday yesterday. Echo, will she go for a run? Yes, she will. She's got Knight in front of her. And Merrick blocks the ball out for a corner. forget to follow Football Queensland on Instagram and Facebook for the latest football news and events across the state. You can find us at Football QLD. Shortly I'll run through some of the other media that's available for you to peruse this season. Been a few changes here and there. So we watch this corner come in, right in the middle of the box. Lead by Western Pride. Lions have the throw. Clough finds Echo. Clough again. Pride looking to go quickly. Lions getting numbers back. This is Weatherby. Blocked off the ball expertly by Riley. A chance now for Lions. Shot from Riding. Not too much trouble for Van der Zee. O'Keefe trying to throw a weight around there in the midfield. Van der Zee almost caught out. Western Pride concede possession. Knight again. She's been everywhere this half. Stanley. Stanley will get a good cross in. Plenty of orange shirts in the box. Clough and the ball just over the bar. So yes, I mentioned there is a few new websites out there if you want to sink your teeth in a little bit of media regarding the local game. I'll start by saying that Angela Batchich, who's the media officer here at Western Pride, she has a site called The Women's Game. Does some excellent articles and sources a lot of great material. Well worth checking out. I'll be interviewing both coaches post-game on the Funny Old Game website, which focuses on everything football related in the area. There's of course a new Facebook page called South East Queensland Football Community. Shot drifts wide. So yes, unfortunately we saw the demise of Football Click that put out some excellent articles last season. That was a good source of stories and news in the local area. All the clubs have media officers now. So there's plenty of material about. That's Stevens. Back to Echo. Strong work by the Pride defence. Echo throws her hands up, but there was just no getting through. 10 minutes to go in this first half. 2-0 to the visitors. I'm Darren Lutton. This is round 2 of the NPLW. We're at a very windy Briggs Road. On a sunny afternoon. This is our first match of a double header. Lions have a free kick. A dangerous position. Standing over the ball. This cross will be directly into the wind, so be difficult getting the ball down. Should have no problem getting the ball over the wall. Across the face. Good save from Van der Zee. She's having a much better game this week. I'm sure she's going to get plenty of praise from her teammates and from her coach at halftime. Another through ball, straight to Van der Zee. Of course, Western Pride have a tradition of excellent goalkeepers. 2 seasons ago, they had Kirsten Viren, who was, for my money, the player of the season, or goalkeeper of the season. And was that a free kick? Nothing given. Zafina dives on the ball. A little bit of confusion there between the Lions players. Of course, Kirsten Viren's form 2 years ago was good enough to get her into the Lions squad. Injuries have plagued her since then. That shot from Clough over the bar. So yes, I got in touch with Kirsten Viren today just to see what she was up to. And she did trial at Western Pride at the end of last year. But she has succumbed to injury again. So she's taking the season off. Hopefully we'll see her back next year. Dangerous play here from Pride. They're getting caught out. No whistle. Victoria Merrick still going. Strong play from Victoria Merrick. Got past 3 players then. This is great to see from Western Pride. They're really getting stuck into this game. That touch from Riding. Goes straight to O'Keefe. Ecker. Inside for Knight. Out wide for Stevens. Cross straight at Van der Zee. I think if Western Pride can go into the half-time break at 2-0 down, they'll take that as a moral victory. In these conditions, it's been a pretty good contest. Of course, Lions have got plenty of quality in their ranks. Long-range shot from Riding, straight at Van der Zee. O'Keefe retains possession, but it goes straight back to Riding. Still Riding. Blocked by Van der Zee. Over the bar. Tegan Riding might be a little bit disappointed with that attempt. Went for power. But if positioning was an issue for Holly Van der Zee last week, she's certainly been in the right place at the right time today. They're not out of danger yet. Lions have a corner. Welcome to Sophia Dakin, who's tuning in from the Gold Coast. Not really that far away. Surely we've got some international viewers. Clough picks the pocket of Piker. Ecker gets her head up. Looks for options. Goes out wide for Stanley. Tanisha Stanley again with a little bit of time to survey the situation. Gets a good cross in. The header from Ecker into the ground. Van der Zee tidies up. Riding's touch, a little too weak. And out of play. Philip Davis, you are not watching this match from Poland. Lions again with a few minutes to go in this first half. Spent the past few minutes camped out in the Western Pride half. Here's Echo. Showing off her futsal skills. Again, another shot from Riding, just wide. The shots, the attempts at goal from Lions are starting to mount up. It was, of course, the case last week, but it took them 85 minutes before they could register a goal. We've got the luxury of securing 2 goals already in this half. Again, Western Pride have to deal with a little bit of pressure. Weatherby looking for O'Keefe. And Pride have the throw. Another opportunity just to settle things down, take the pressure off their defence. Like to see them play keep ball for the next few minutes. The ball's cut out by Stanley. Riley. Look at that ball just run on. Van der Zee again. Found Rink there with an excellent ball. That cross was deflected. Zafina had to clear though. Piker. Here come Lions again. They've got Ecker free at the far post. Van der Zee almost caught out. Recovered just in time. That's poor play. Chance now for Riding. Again, straight at Van der Zee. Well, that was almost calamitous from the Pride. Piker and Weatherby working to maintain possession. Again, Victoria Merrick gets caught out. Western Pride playing Russian roulette at the minute. We just need to get through this next minute. I don't expect there to be too much injury time, if any. In fact, there it is. It's half time. Now to Windy Briggs Road, we go into the sheds with Western Pride 0, Lions FC 2. Goal in the first minute by Tanisha Stanley, the very first attack of the game. And Mario Lecker doubled the score on 17 minutes. So this is the first match of a double header out here at Western Pride. We'll be back shortly with the second half.
For White, breaks into the penalty area, 1-0 Olympic!
95 minutes in, and Sean Carlos...
Ball right into a dangerous area, and the ball is in the back of the net!
Ready?
Nah, straight in.
Ready?
Good stuff.
I'll drive.
You want to drive? Hey guys, it's Andy and Kerry here again. We're going to be back on the road shortly. Kerry, how many locations are we hitting this time round?
Massive 17 locations starting off in Gympie.
Fantastic stuff. Now guys, we're looking forward to getting back out on the road, seeing all of you, having lots of fun at the clinics. Kerry, are you looking forward to having lots of fun?
Loads of fun with the kids. Not so much travelling with you, but I've got my earplugs ready.
That's a bit harsh, but guys, if you want to register, there is still spots available, so hit up the website www.footballqueensland.com.au/road trip to find your location and come along and see us. Cheers guys, see you soon.
Why do I play football?
Why do we play football? I play for fitness.
For competition.
Community spirit.
Keep healthy and safe.
And fun.
I play for celebration!
What's your reason? Join our team.
Swear a lot at Total Tools. We swear by our range. We swear by our service. And of course, we swear by our prices. So you'll know that you're buying at the best price every day. Total Tools. Every tool, every trade.
I'll drive.
You want to drive? Hey guys, it's Andy and Kerry here again. We're going to be back on the road shortly. Kerry, how many locations are we hitting this time around?
Massive 17 locations starting off in Gympie.
Fantastic stuff. Now guys, we're looking forward to getting back out on the road, seeing all of you, having lots of fun at the clinics. Kerry, are you looking forward to having lots of fun?
Loads of fun with the kids. Not so much travelling with you, but I've got my earplugs ready.
That's a bit harsh, but guys, if you want to register, there is still spots available, so hit up the website www.footballqueensland.com.au/road trip to find your location and come along and see us. Cheers guys, see you soon.
Why do I play football?
Why do we play football? I play for fitness.
For competition.
Community spirit.
Keep healthy and safe.
And fun.
I play for celebration.
What's your reason? Join our team.
We swear a lot at Total Tools. We swear by our range. We swear by our service. And of course, we swear by our prices. So you'll know that you're buying at the best price every day. Total Tools. Every tool, every trade.
For White, breaks into the penalty area. 1-0 Olympic.
95 minutes in, and Sean
Ball
Carlos.
right into a dangerous area, and the ball is in the back of the net.
Welcome back to Briggs Road for the second half of this NPLW Round 2 match between Western Pride and Lions FC. Currently 2-0 to the visitors, but they haven't had it all their own way. The fears going into this game that it would be a flogging and a one-sided contest, but that's certainly not been the case. Although having said that, Lions goalkeeper Cassandra Zafina hasn't had too much to do. But the Western Pride players in the midfield and defence have certainly worked extremely hard. We were very worried for them after they conceded in the first minute, the first attacking raid. Lions taking the play down the left-hand side, crossing before anyone could sit down and get ready to watch the game. Lions had already gone a goal up. Second goal came from a defensive error, with the Pride conceding possession in a dangerous area, and in trying to tidy things up, Tegan Riding was felled and the penalty was given. This is a double header here at Briggs Road this afternoon. Coming up next will be Western Pride up against Magpies Crusaders. That is, of course, the team out of Mackay. Simon Smale will be in the chair for that one. Should be a good contest. It's been a good contest here too. My name's Darren Lutton. Thank you for tuning in this afternoon. Whitney Knight has probably been the best player on the field in the first half. Attacks down that left-hand side. Still there for Lions. Echo with the blocked shot. Stanley. Off the bar. Still available there for Lions. Echo! Shot goes straight to Van der Zee. And looks to go quickly. The ball runs out of play. It's Westland. Riley goes across to Heatley. Heatley and Westland, of course, were part of the Raw NTC program last season that won the grand final. In perhaps surprising circumstances. You'll find that players from that squad have all dispersed. It's great to see. About 4 players graduate to the Raw senior side. That through ball goes harmlessly through to Van der Zee. Western Pride defence almost caught out then. And as he again had to be a little bit more intricate. Only delivers the ball to Echo. Knight. Ecker, the long range attempt. Juggled by Van der Zee. Fortunately, she got enough purchase on the ball to keep it from the goals. So yes, 4 players from the NTC, or at least 4 that I can think of off the top of my head, graduating to the Raw W League side. I must confess, I had a sense of pride watching Anna McGrath at Suncorp, storming down the left-hand side. And of course, for anyone who saw India Paige Riley's first goal in the W League and her reaction afterwards, just a pure joy. For me, it was the highlight of the season. We will be having co-commentators during the year, and Ray Dower is going to be one of those. So I look forward to doing a match with her and having a chat about India Paige Riley. She, of course, co-commentated a lot of the W League matches. And getting her insight during the season. Should be great. Zafina playing the ball out by foot. Ekio. Knight goes down. That'll be a yellow card for Merrick. Victoria Merrick, who hails from Harvey Bay. She's been one of the flashier players in this half. She's shown a lot of bravery. Got herself in a little bit of trouble on occasion. Lions now with a set piece. And go with the delivery. Across the face of goal and harmlessly out of play. Next Sunday, of course, we'll be seeing the Matildas. And taking on South Korea next Sunday at 3 p.m. And then at 6 p.m, we'll be bringing you the match from Wakeley Park between South United and the Gap. So don't make any plans for next weekend, as there'll be a feast of great football for you to take in. Of course, tickets are still available for the Cup of Nations, but I don't think South United sell tickets to their matches. Sunday night at Wakeley Park, certainly a great way to spend the evening. Looks like Lions are making a double substitution. Heatley is coming off and Megan Stevens. Kate Morton's one of the players coming on. I didn't quite catch the second player. I'll have a look out. Yeah, it's Rebecca Horsey. It's an early double change by Rob Askew. Must be for tactical reasons because neither player looked injured. And Western Pride have themselves a corner. Deep delivery right in front of the goal face. Opportunity now for Lions to break. Riding's got a few players to beat. It's play on. Riding just using her strength. She'll get a cross in. And Western Pride now concede a corner. Well, end to end in the blink of an eye. I mentioned the Matildas are playing next week. Of course, Alira Toby, W League player, is in the train-on squad for that match. She, of course, and Natalie Tatham signed for Moreton Bay United. I understand certainly Tatham made a debut last week. That corner's cleared. You see Danielle Ward in defence today for the Western Pride. Also a Raw W League player. Understanding is that in the last week or two that Mel Andrietta put a list together of players that she thought should play in the NPLW. And that list was provided to all clubs. So definite change of policy there. Is that handball? Play on's the call. So yes, this list was provided to all clubs, with the proviso that clubs could only sign 2 players out of that list. Shot there from Riding, cut out by Van der Zee. So it's fantastic to see Raw players filtering down to this competition. Hopefully it'll raise the standard. What would have been ideal is if 6 of those players were loaned out to Mudgeeraba. We'd have a complete competition without the bye every week. Just on that, Mudgeeraba made every attempt to get a side together. I saw in the off-season that they linked up with Rabina and were just going to pool resources. And the top players were going to play for Mudgeeraba in the NPLW, and the next bracket of players were going to play in the Gold Coast competition. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. We now have an odd number of teams this year. Of course, the Sunshine Coast Wanderers had the bye last week. We'll see them tomorrow in action against Capalaba. Sent Wanderers coach Anthony Roach a quick message today to see if he was happy with how things were progressing, and he said yes, of course. He's got a very young squad up there on the Sunshine Coast. Unfortunately, they weren't able to secure any of the raw players. I'm very excited to see what the Wanderers will bring to the competition this year. As with all teams in the competition, every club is strengthened in the off-season. You'll find that the gap between the top and the bottom of the league should narrow this year. Every club just got that little bit of injection of quality within their ranks. Here's a quick cutout. High ball in the right place at the right time. Lions now into attack. Riding. As across the face of goal. Free kick to Western Pride. And that'll relieve the pressure. So again, Western Pride holding firm. There's a chance now for them to attack. This is Madeline Hartwig. Unfortunately, O'Keefe saw the ball out of play. Pride look to build again. The players go down. Rink got up quicker. Zafina, can't recall her making a save in this game so far. Riley goes downfield, but the ball holds up in the breeze. That's Piker. He was the under-17's best and fairest last season. Morton brings the ball back into play. Stanley. Crossfield for Horsey. Hogg. Morton again. Riley. Crossfield ball, opens it up. Chance for Weatherby. She tries a long range attempt. Straight at Zafina. And there's the first shot of the match for Western Pride. Risky crossfield pass there from Riley. I was about to say, every time she's been in possession, she's gone 5 or 10 yards forward before making her pass. In doing so, created the gap for Weatherby to exploit. Another good win here for the Pride. Weatherby Can't link up with Rink. Zafina finds Stanley. Stanley tidies up. So good arm wrestle between these two teams at the minute. Certainly a lot of intensity out on the field. The gathering crowd is certainly engaged in the contest. There's a good vibe out here at Briggs Road at the moment. Western Pride concede a corner. So just the other matches this weekend. I've mentioned that Capalaba taking on Sunshine Coast Wanderers. Gold Coast United, who had a good win last weekend. This corner comes in, holds up in the breeze. Van der Zee, with good hands, is able to collect. She looks to go quickly. Can't find Piker. Pride now have the throw. So yeah, there's other matches this weekend. The Gap are hosting Mitchelton. That's at 7 o'clock tonight. We've got 3 matches tomorrow. South West Queensland Thunder hosting South United at Clive Berghofer in Toowoomba. Gold Coast are taking on Brisbane Royal QAS at Coplick Family Sports Park. Great to see that Gold Coast have got a permanent home this year. Last year they were in all sorts of, plenty of issues with their co-tenants, which was a rugby league club. It's the varying cultures and field requirements between the two clubs. There's no problem, no end of issues. It's great that they've now got a permanent base and they can lay some foundations and really build up their club. Raleigh over the free kick. Again, the Pride looking to go quickly, and they do so. Still going. Will we see the shot? We will! It's a goal! Georgia Rink from inside her own half takes on the line defence and comes up trumps. Well, now we've got a contest on our hands. The battle was in the midfield and in the Western Pride defence, but now that they've got a goal on the board, Lions have got some work to do. Well, fantastic reaction here from the Western Pride. After copping an absolute shellacking last week, and back on home turf, conceding in the first minute of the game, one would have expected them to drop their heads, and certainly in seasons gone by, we could be looking at double figures, but not this season. They've got the advantage of the breeze in the second half as well. Such a great run from Rink. Georgia Renk played a junior football at the University of Queensland. Last year was the best and fairest in the under-15s team. So yes, she's not even 16 years old. And there she takes in her applause as she gets substituted. Well, that moment of magic from Georgia Renk has brought this game to life. I expect there to be a little bit more volume from the hometown fans. They seem to have awoken from their slumber now. Here come the Pride again. Lions doing enough in defence. Weatherby standing over the ball now. Gets a return pass. Westland looks to settle things down for Lions. Here they come now. Plenty of numbers. This is Tegan riding. Chips over the top of the bar. Well, she had the right idea. But again, chipping the ball into the wind might have just done enough to blow the ball over the top. And a warning sign from this year's favourites. Western Pride might just have to take a moment here to regather themselves. They'll be full of adrenaline at the moment. Morton. Stanley. She's got space to measure across. This is Pogany. She was the substitute. Western Pride fans looking for a free kick. None, not given. Just a reminder for those tuning in late that this is the first of a double header this evening. The next match will be Western Pride against the Magpies Crusaders. That match will take place immediately following this one. Hopefully that match is as good a contest as this one. Lions trying to lock the ball in their attacking third. Long range shot. Wide and left. Well, a pretty good response to be fair from Lions. Since conceding, they've had a couple of good attempts on goal. We've got 20 minutes to go in this contest. I'm Darren Lutton. We hope you're enjoying this NPLW Round 2 contest between Western Pride and Lions FC. Stanley. Across the face of goal, sits up nicely and Riding puts a shot over the top of the bar. Well, a lovely worked move there from Lions. It appeared as if Riding took things just a little bit too casually. Western Pride make another substitution. Tara O'Keefe, who was outstanding in the first half. Just waiting to see who the substitute is. The Lions have won the ball back in a dangerous position. Here come the Pride now. Piker. Talisha Derrick is the substitute. Once again, look to go back into attack. Whitney Knight. Echo. Back to Knight. Another crosser. Right across the face of goal. Morton with the shot. It's blocked. Lions will have another corner. I certainly hope you're enjoying this match. This has certainly been end-to-end stuff. Coming into this game, we feared it might be a damp squid, but that certainly has not been the case. Deep delivery. And Halsey got up high. Unable to get her header on target. And Western Pride go quickly. Hartwig. Starting to see a few clouds building up in the distance. I don't think there's any rain, certainly in this bank of clouds, but I do wonder what's behind them. Could make for an interesting match a little bit later this evening. Of course, there were fears on Thursday that all matches were going to be called off as Cyclone owner was tipped to make its way to land. It has petered out, thankfully. There's certainly been enough wind today. As we see, that deep ball just holds up in the wind. Good strength there by Morton to win back possession. Riding, she's got a little bit of space. Elects to go for Ecker. Ecker still going. Will she get a shot away? Goes back for Riding. Okay, probably could have taken a shot. So under 20 minutes to go now. Western Pride 1, Lions FC 2. Western Pride playing with plenty of confidence. And showing an experience beyond their years. Morton again, she's been good since she's coming on. Western Pride concede yet another corner. Floodlights have come on here at Briggs Road. Corner comes in, finds Echo. And the deep ball across the face of goal. Cleared away by Weatherby. This is Echo. Knight. Lions have had plenty of opportunities in this game to put the match to bed. As it stands, it's just going to take one mistake. Points could be dropped. Van der Zee looking long. Finds Pogany. Lions looking to play the patient game, as they should. Riley slightly mistiming her kick. Western Pride doing exactly the same. And third throw in about 30 seconds. Riding, looking infield, can't find Knight. It's a scrappy couple of minutes here. Riding again, looking to turn. Not enough space for her. Van der Zee clearing just in time. So the game's into a bit of a lull at the minute. Have Western Pride got enough? Can they provide that moment of magic? Here's a chance now for Riding. She goes wide, a little bit too wide. Perhaps the first time shot might have been of more use there. Pride looking to go down the line. That ball will run away. Horsey. Allowed to turn. Has a crossfield to Zafina. Back for Horsey again. This is Morton. And a through ball, a little bit too deep. And Tanisha Stanley not quite on the same wavelength. Van der Zee asking for her teammates to compress the field. Morton again winning possession. Can't find a teammate. This is Riley again. Switching play out to the left-hand side. Finding Mario Lecco with a little bit of space. This is Knight. Knight coming across field. Puts in the long-range attempt, which is blocked. Knight still with possession. That task a little bit too difficult for Echo. Weatherby. That ball runs out of play. Again, the throw in a little bit too deep. Van der Zee, unfortunately, kicks it straight to a Lions player. Jessica Hogg unable to make Pride pay for their error. A little bit frantic from both teams here. Just like to see Lions just settle things down. They don't need to do anything. They've got their lead. I'd like to see them show just a little bit more composure and just see this game out. They've certainly got the players with the quality to maintain possession for extended periods of time. They just seem a little bit too eager to get that third goal. As Western Pride make their final substitution, Sophie Weatherby's the player coming off. Annalise Campbell is the player. We'll see the last 10 or so minutes of this game. Knight. Only find a green and white shirt. That was Merrick. If I requested Lions show a little bit more composure. Western Pride also seemed just a little bit too keen to get the ball down the other end. And trying to do it in 2 passes when perhaps they could do it in 4. So a little bit of tension here at Briggs Road. The visitors expected to be comfortable winners in this match. They're not having it all their own way. They've walked into a real dogfight. They just need that one moment of quality and they can seal the deal. They've been unable to do so, as was the case last week. Westland. Horsey. It's a little bit more what we expect from Lions. Using the full width of the field. Building their possession from the back. What you expect to see from a Rob Askew coach team. Horsey looking for Stanley. Some good body work from Danielle Ward. Ward again. Pride did well to get a throw. Ibel bringing the ball back in. Such a diminutive figure, Lucy Ibel. And interesting watching her taking on Tegan Riding in this match. And Hartwig battling with Morton. It's Ibel again. Knight. And she's probably been the best player on the field this evening. That ball just a little bit too deep. Western Pride looking to go quickly. That pass just in behind Campbell. And again, Lions just looking to catch Western Pride off guard. Now they've got some numbers, but Riding's offside. as we hit the last 5 minutes of this game. Just one goal the difference. Regardless of this result, Belinda Kitching is going to be absolutely thrilled with how her players have approached this contest today. For Rob Askew, it's just all about finishing. They've certainly had enough opportunities to put this game to bed. Just like last week, took them a long time. Here's another shot from Morton. Again, another opportunity, another weak shot. I would suggest for Lions that finishing be on their training menu for the next couple of weeks. This is Ecker. Again cleared by the Pride defence. Ball cut out by Riley. Ecker, Lions looking to put this game away. Riding. Couldn't quite get enough purchase. And anywhere will do for Western Pride. That throw-in goes straight through to Knight. Western Pride defence just caught napping there. An expert throw-in. Again, Knight had a little bit more time than she expected. Van der Zee again marshalling the troops. Rebound, falls kindly. Here's a chance now for Pride. They've got 3 on 5. Can they provide the quality? It's a good cross in. Zafina comes out quickly. Cassandra Zafina, of course, was in the W League this season with Canberra United, along with Meg McElligott. Great experience for both players. Evidence again that if you show your quality in this league, you'll get your rewards. Goal kick here for Western Pride. Couple of minutes to go. Fortunately, that goal kick goes straight out of play. Morton gives possession back to the Pride. Pogany. Long ball forward. Down for Zafina. Long ball launched forward. Again, just cleared by Western Pride. Perhaps they could have done a little bit more with that. Battle for possession. Looks like Lions are going to win here. And again, they seek the security of the back line. Riley tries to find Morton. Late decision there by the assistant to award the throw in. Just a reminder, this is a double header this evening. After this match, we will be bringing you the NPL fixture between Western Pride and the Crusaders. Should be a good battle between those teams. Again, Lions just looking to work the angle. Good back pass there from Riding. This is Ecker. Riding. Again, another shot that goes wide. They're in injury time now. Western Pride have to throw everything at this. Again, Van der Zee asking her players to compress. Give themselves the opportunity to win the header, which they don't. Well, Pryor. Another shot that goes wide from Knight. Van der Zee electing to go quickly this time and short. But it's too late. Well, what a dogfight we saw here at Briggs Road this afternoon. Lions FC expected to comfortably win this match, but it certainly didn't turn out that way. Despite scoring in the first minute through Tanisha Stanley. Marielle Ecker put on the second in the 17th minute after Tegan Riding was felled in the box. Ecker putting the penalty away, but then in the second half, a sensational solo run got Western Pride back into the contest. And Georgia Rink threw the cat amongst the pigeons with a wonderful solo goal from inside her own half. The Lions did enough to hold on, and they'll leave Raceview with the 3 points. So this round 2 NPLW fixture, it's Western Pride 1, Lions FC 2. We'll be back shortly with the second match of this doubleheader. Simon Smale will be bringing you the match between Western Pride and the Magpie Crusaders. Stick around. This is Football Queensland's coverage of the NPLW. On behalf of Darren Lutton, Lewis Campbell on camera, and Alban John, the producer, we wish you a good evening.